Today's product review, we're going to be looking at the newest Replicade from New Wave Toys. This is, of course, Asteroids, the 1979 arcade classic. I think I paid $90 for it. Absolutely exceptional detail just looking at the box. The box itself glows in the dark. I mean, that's pretty freaking fantastic. On the side, we got the little 40th anniversary of Asteroids logo, some details about the arcade, legal mumbo jumbo, as well as the features of the product on the back. On the side, we also have a little call out to the mini tokens you get, the Atari logo, and the Illuminated marquee. This is the 12-inch scale, so if you're not familiar with the New Wave Toys Replicade line, they are, 12 inches, and they fit great on a shelf, but they're also fully functional and playable. So let's go ahead and open the box up and find out what is inside. All right, so looks like we've got some informational pamphlets. Maybe the instruction booklet. Get this out of here. Good Lord. It's in there like a toiga. All right, so this is really cool. You don't know what this is? This is the Willis control panel overlay. So Willis was a printing company in the 80s and 90s that a lot of arcades would lean on. So when their arcades, so like say they had a bunch of Asteroids machines and the control panels got thrashed and all the graphics looked crappy and they wanted to replace them. A lot of times those arcade companies were cheap and they didn't want to go the OEM route and get a replacement, so they would lean on a company like Willis that did printing, and Willis made their own control panel overlays and graphics and things like that. They typically got a kind of a bad reputation in the 80s and 90s as just being like, just terrible quality knockoffs and things like that. They weren't really knockoffs. Like I said, they were a separate company in their own right, but anytime people saw shoddy graphics on the side of a machine they couldn't really make out, or saw a beat up control panel, they would call it a Willis arcade. So very cool, very neat history detail that New Wave Toys included there with the swappable control panel overlay from Willis. Then we have the Asteroids booklet itself, nice cardstock, nice, muted colors and everything, making this instruction pamphlet really look like an old control panel, not control panel, a operator's manual. And we have a USB, micro USB charging cable. And we also have the mini tokens. So New Wave Toys is always nice to include these miniature tokens that are to scale with their machines. Always wonderful to see how well they, wrap these things and protect them. This box came in another box that comes in another box. I mean, they really keep collectors in mind when they're putting together their products. And here we have the piece de resistance. Absolutely wonderful looking artwork on the sides of the cabinet. Wonderfully reproduced from Escape Pod. I love that we got the nice little details like the Owl Eye coin doors. These actually function, so you push them in, that's how you get your credits, and also go into the subsystem menus and things like that, so you can bring up the camera to focus there. You can change things like turning off the marquee, change your lives, turn on and off track mode, reset your high scores, things like that. Or again, like I said, you can put in your credits. And as with other machines, you can open this coin door and you got a little bit of a storage compartment. So that's where I say you can actually put the tokens in the machine. It doesn't, count as credits, but that's where you can store those tokens. Control panel looks fantastic. Again, faithful reproductions there. We got our buttons, turning left and right, our hyperspace, our thrust, our fire. We got these wonderful illuminated Volcano buttons for your player 1, player 2 start, which is fantastic. The marquee itself looks absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous illumination, well lit evenly across the marquee. There's no hot spots or anything like that. The bezel itself, this is fantastic, and this is probably gonna be super hard to actually get it to pick up on the camera, but it's actually got some like defined edges on the inside here. It's three-dimensional. It's got some like beveled rounded corners, so it really gives you a nice little add of depth. Absolutely wonderful looking machine. It looks fantastic. Around back, of course, we've got the 40th anniversary Asteroids indication right here. This says this is number 599 out of 3,500 made. I do believe they've completely sold out of these as of the time I'm making this video. We got that beautifully loud boasting speaker here on the back. Got our volume toggle wheel up here, as well as our power button. And again, you can charge it via micro USB here on the back, but let's go ahead and play. overall, I gotta say I'm very impressed with this machine. Obviously, the reproduction of a vector monitor is not, possible in this kind of scale, so they got an LCD monitor in there. It's nice and bright. It is a little too bright in some instances as far as when you're blowing up the bigger asteroids and things like that. But overall, I think they did a really good job of trying to recreate that vector field. They do have some, nice little vapor trail-esque things going on when you're shooting across the screen. So that is a nice touch. So they definitely did try to do their best as far as reproducing that vector image. Overall, though, the cabinet itself, the build quality, everything about these Replicades, I absolutely love them. Don't sleep on them. Like I said, they are limited editions, so when they go on sale for Kickstarters and things like that, you want to jump in on them as soon as possible because number one, you get the best price, and number two, you don't have to pay those ridiculous scalper prices that you see on eBay once these things officially sell out. So anyways, that does it for this review video. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that like button. Share this video with your friends if you found the information helpful. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Really means a lot.